'Tis the season to eat up and drink up. But when it's over, no one wants to be laid up, in bed sick, or feeling unwell because of overeating or exposing themselves to viruses at too many gatherings. Noting that this is really the first Christmas that we are truly outside after the mask wearing and COVID, Dr. Adrian Lord says this freedom may cause many to let their guard down.
Now we're back on the outside, but as a result of that, people feel very relaxed, happy to be around family and friends again. But you need to make certain precautions. Now, going around, as people say, there are a number of viruses. Not only is the COVID-19 and new variants are around, there's now the JN1, but there's the flu virus, there is the RSV, and then the other virus that is knocking around a lot is the dengue virus. Different modes of transmission. So if you are around a lot of people, especially if you're coughing or feeling unwell, you shouldn't go to the gatherings.
The family physician added that immune systems are not up to scratch since the mask and hand washing did so much to protect us.
Our immune systems are not up to scratch where we are able to fight off these viruses as we did before. Now, Christmas, the Christ in Christmas, don't forget that. But Christmas is about a joyous occasion, eating and drinking. Don't overdo it, please. Don't stuff yourself. Eat and be happy. Eat a little bit of everything. And remember, a lot of us have non-communicable diseases. And therefore, you might not be able to eat all the things if you're diabetic and hypertensive or have high cholesterol or have heart disease. So we need to be careful because we want to live and see next year, 2024.
In relation to the food, dietitian Julian Rowe of Barbadians Diet Design says those preparing for family gatherings need to take the NCDs of their relatives into account when doing the menu.
We want to be looking a little closer at the amounts of fats we use in our cooking. Or are we going to be doing a lot of frying? Are the alternatives available to us? Can we bake instead? And of course, baking, we can always not add the butter or the margarine to the meats that we're baking, saying that these meats will produce their own fats for us. Can we look at maybe rather than adding a lot of salt to our cooking and the cubes that we use, we could consider adding a lot of fresh herbs, things like the thyme, the marjoram, the rosemary, things like the chives and the onions, whether we use the white one or the red one for a little bit more flavor. A lot of the natural seasons that we are aware of, but I think sometimes we tend to forget how flavorful they can be in cooking.
She says you could also add the salt at the end of cooking and bake instead of fry. In relation to drinks, she says sorrel and others are sweetened, and for every 4 ounces of juice, add 4 ounces of water to limit sugar intake. Wendy Burke, CBC News.